Reports of fatalities and enigmatic occurrences are pervasive across global regions, with narratives spanning a spectrum of realism, fiction, and cinematic portrayals. Often, these tales center on youthful protagonists embarking on camping excursions, only to encounter a cascade of misfortune. Perils loom from various quarters, leading to their demise, be it at the hands of a serial assailant amidst the labyrinthine depths of a dense forest, or engulfed by the tumultuous embrace of oceanic currents. However, what sets apart our subject today, esteemed reader, is its unparalleled peculiarity, distinguishing it from the commonplace narratives. This peculiarity resides in the circumstances and manner of demise befalling the protagonists of our narrative, a conundrum that remains inexplicable to this day. Our tale commences on the morning of February 2nd, 1959, as 9 individuals, comprising 7 young men and 2 young women, opted for a skiing expedition that led them to the frigid and desolate expanse of the Ural Mountains in Russia, specifically to the imposing peak known ominously as the Mountain of Death. Amidst the snow-laden landscape and biting cold, the team members elected to spend their winter respite, indulging in the exhilarating pursuit of skiing down the pristine white slopes. Originally slated for a brief sojourn, their absence stretched to a fortnight, sparking grave concern among their kin, prompting the dispatch of a specialized search party. The discovery of their lifeless bodies, devoid of survivors save for one fortunate young man, who, beset by illness, had aborted the journey prematurely, held a harrowing revelation. This malady inadvertently spared his life, diverging his path from that of his ill-fated comrades. While the scenario might ostensibly suggest succumbing to the elements, trapped by snow, perishing from cold and hunger, it belies a deeper, more disconcerting truth. The circumstances surrounding their demise defy natural explanation. It transcends mere misfortune, hinting at a sinister narrative. Upon arrival, law enforcement officials discerned a chilling tableau, a frenzied departure from their tents under cover of night, ostensibly fleeing an unseen terror. The tents, erected for shelter during the tempest, were abandoned haphazardly with bodies strewn about, some located miles from the encampment. Footprints led towards a nearby forest, approximately 1.5 kilometers distant, evoking a frenzied flight from an enigmatic threat shrouded in mystery. Those who couldn't exit through conventional means resorted to tearing through the fabric, while others, driven by sheer terror, fled barefoot, scarcely clothed, their frantic flight etched with dread. The most unsettling aspect of the incident lies in the grim details surrounding the deceased. Many of the bodies were discovered with gouged-out eyes, evoking visceral horror, while others bore signs of severe trauma, including crushed skulls and deep fractures throughout their skeletal structures. Some unfortunate souls were found buried beneath the snow, their remains marred by bruises and additional fractures. The accompanying medical professional attested to the extraordinary force necessary to inflict such injuries, likening it to the impact sustained in a high-speed vehicular collision. Compounding the enigma was the discovery of a female victim missing not only her eyes, but also her tongue, a grotesque detail that added to the macabre nature of the tragedy. This gruesome event sent shockwaves through Russian, then Soviet society, instilling fear and bewilderment among its populace. Despite exhaustive efforts by investigators and researchers, the mystery surrounding the incident persists, defying rational explanation. Over time, various theories have emerged in an attempt to elucidate the perplexing circumstances that transpired at the foot of that foreboding mountain. 1. Snowman Theory. Drawing from Slavic folklore, proponents of this theory posit the involvement of a mysterious creature inhabiting the remote, snow-covered expanses. Reports of sightings of a large, hairy creature in the vicinity during the period in question bolster this conjecture, suggesting a violent encounter with the group. 2. Nuclear military tests. Theory. Some contend that clandestine nuclear tests conducted by the Soviet government at the time were responsible for the fatalities, citing elevated levels of radiation detected in the victims' bodies. However, this theory fails to account for the peculiar injuries sustained, such as the removal of eyes and tongues. 3. Alien theory. Many subscribe to the notion of extraterrestrial involvement, citing purported evidence such as the presence of prematurely gray hair among the victims. Additionally, eyewitnesses reported sightings of strange orange lights hovering over the mountain of death on the day of the tragedy, corroborating long-standing accounts from locals and official sources alike. In a startling revelation, Lev Ivanov, a former investigator involved in the case, divulged his team's inability to provide a coherent explanation for the events. He disclosed receiving directives from higher authorities to abruptly cease the investigation, with all findings classified. Ivanov recounted witnessing anomalous aerial phenomena during the investigation, reinforcing his conviction of UFO involvement or correlation with the victim's demise. Notably, he recounted an incident wherein a radiation monitoring device emitted inexplicable sounds resembling rapid clicking upon his arrival at the campsite, an eerie testament to the inexplicable nature of the tragedy. Naturally, the aforementioned hypotheses have faced scrutiny due to their reliance on supernatural and speculative elements. In response, a cohort of skeptics has posited alternative theories grounded in scientific and logical principles, including the following. 1. Avalanche theory. Advocates of this theory, alongside certain geographers, propose that a massive avalanche struck, obliterating the tents and causing the immediate demise of the group. They point to the extensive skeletal trauma observed, such as shattered bones and fractured skulls, as evidence supporting this assertion. However, empirical evidence fails to substantiate this hypothesis. Notably, some tents remained intact, devoid of significant damage, and nearby footprints remained undisturbed, which would not be the case in the event of an avalanche. Moreover, given the severe sub-zero temperatures prevalent in the region, it is implausible that individuals clad in minimal attire could traverse a full mile while being pursued by an avalanche. Additionally, all essential belongings of the group, including clothing, cameras, and provisions, were found undisturbed within the tents. 2. Infrasound phenomenon theory. Put forth by American researcher Donnie Etcher, this theory suggests that wind-generated infrasound waves induced a state of terror among the group, precipitating their erratic behavior. However, this explanation falters in addressing the extensive internal injuries suffered by the victims, such as the removal of eyes and tongues. 3. Mansi tribe involvement. Initially considered by investigators, this theory posits that members of the indigenous Mansi tribe, inhabitants of the mountainous region for generations, perpetrated the killings. The skiing team, disoriented by the storm, inadvertently encroached upon tribal territory and were met with fatal aggression. However, this notion lacks substantiating evidence, as no foreign footprints were found near the tents, nor were there signs of physical altercation or weapon-inflicted injuries on the victims. Moreover, the Mansi tribe is renowned for their peaceful coexistence with outsiders. Another hypothesis suggests internal conflict within the group, possibly fueled by jealousy or interpersonal dynamics, resulting in violence. However, the absence of corroborating evidence, such as signs of physical altercation or substance consumption, undermines this theory. Lastly, proponents of the conspiracy theory contend that the group stumbled upon a clandestine military operation, prompting their elimination by specialized security forces. Allegations of sightings of mysterious lights may have been part of these covert activities. This theory gains traction from reports of directive orders to suppress evidence related to the lights and the inexplicable disappearance of investigative materials in subsequent years. While initially compelling, this theory is significantly undermined by its reliance on the assumption that Soviet authorities, particularly specialized security services, would leave conspicuous evidence behind. It is improbable that if these agencies were responsible for the killings, they would allow the tents and bodies to be discovered, especially given their purported expertise in covering their tracks. The fact that the bodies were not located until nearly 2 weeks after the incident further underscores this point. Moreover, we must consider the vast expanse of the Soviet Union, a nation where secrets could be concealed within its expansive mountain ranges, dense forests, and remote lakes without detection. Operating within a one-party state framework, the regime has a history of suppressing dissent through enforced disappearances, with thousands of opposition figures vanishing without a trace over the decades, a reality for which the state has never been held to account. The Dyatlov case remains unparalleled among the annals of mysterious deaths and disappearances, its true cause continuing to elude resolution to this day. Classified as one of the most enigmatic and closely guarded files, the case has resisted definitive explanation. The perspectives outlined in this video encompass the prevailing interpretations offered by investigators, researchers, and scientists. However, your input, esteemed reader, holds significant value to us. What is your stance on this perplexing matter? Do you lean towards supernatural hypotheses, or do you find logical and scientific explanations more compelling? Alternatively, perhaps you entertain a novel interpretation or opinion hitherto unexplored. Your insights are eagerly anticipated as we endeavor to unravel the enduring enigma of the Dyatlov case. As we conclude our exploration of the intriguing Dyatlov case, we invite you to delve deeper into the mysteries that continue to fascinate and perplex us. Your engagement is invaluable to us, and we encourage you to share your thoughts, theories, and interpretations in the comments below. If you found this video informative and thought-provoking, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. And remember to hit the like button to show your support. By subscribing and liking, you not only stay updated on our latest uploads, but also help us in our quest to uncover the truth behind the mysteries of our world. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep seeking the truth.